What's up, guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time to my channel, welcome. Here with you again today to finish up catching up on all my recent physical movie buys. Most of these are used. I buy a lot of pre-owned or used pre-owned DVDs, Blu-rays, and stuff like that. I rarely ever buy new stuff. That has a lot to do with the fact that I don't buy a lot of new movies. Most new movies just either don't, I don't enjoy enough, at least at the time, to buy them. So I'm not in a hurry to really own them. And, you know, they're always, usually, unless it's a special edition or steelbook or something like that, movies are gonna be cheaper in the future. So I just wait. A lot of movies that I've gotten for less than $5. Most of my movies that I purchase are less than $5, maybe $10. I rarely buy new stuff. I would say I'm a movie collector, but I guess I'm a different kind of movie collector because I collect so many different things that, you know, movies aren't a priority to me. And if it's your first time, you probably don't know. With my movies, I don't keep cases. I take them all out. I keep the physical disc. I have a chest that I keep everything in. Everything goes into a sleeve like this here and goes into the chest of movies. And I have two of those. They cost, you know, between like $130 and $150. And they hold, it says that they hold about 1,000 discs, but I have way more than 1,000 discs in there. So I probably have, I mean, if I had to guesstimate, 3,000 movies, and to have all of those out on a bookcase would be, I wouldn't have space for everything else. And I collect mostly action figures. That's a big thing. Action figures and, you know, other collectibles, Funko Pop, stuff like that. And I need shelf space for that. So as long as I own a movie and have it readily available when I want to watch it, I'm happy. So unless it's a special circumstance, I don't keep cases. Anyway, enough of the rambling. If you're new to the channel, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free. I'm pretty good about making sure that I answer questions and stuff like that in comments. So, and if you you know, have questions, want videos about anything, just, you know, let me know. Give me options. Give me ideas on what to make videos about. Life is getting somewhat back to normal now, so I'm hoping that I can get back to making videos. The action figures and stuff like that will come in time. Just haven't had the money to put into that. I can go and I can spend a couple dollars on some used movies and you know, kind of cure that itch, that collecting itch. That, you know, I guess I don't know if any other collectors get it, but I get it. But that itch for wanting to collect stuff. But this past year, I have been able to start working on filling out my physical movie collection, which is really good. Since I haven't been spending money on action figures and other collectibles, I've been able to focus on filling out my movies. So this is the last video, at least in this series of videos, just catching up on everything. And then, you know, hopefully I'll continue to put some out whenever I get some new movies. But this is what, 5 months worth of buying, and most of these have been from my local Goodwill. I've spent, you know, $1.50 at the most, $3-4 for some of the DVD collections. So, you know, it's been my way to still collect and still, you know, take care of that collector side of me or whatever. And I've needed to get back to buying movies. So I was able to do that this last half of 2024. So I don't know when this will go up. This might be 2025 by the time this video comes up. But in 2024, I really focused a lot on movies, buying movies. Anyway, already 5 minutes in. Let's go ahead and get into what the title is. This is a movie haul, and I've got mostly DVDs, but I've got a couple Blu-rays as well. Let's go ahead and just do the Blu-rays. First of all, these two were in in previous videos. I talked about getting a huge stack of DVDs, mostly DVDs, but some Blu-ray from a guy at a flea market that wasn't a movie vendor, but he had a bunch from someone that gave them to him or something, or he got in a lot of stuff and he was just trying to get rid of. So he gave me a good deal, like a quarter a movie. So I picked these up. I already owned this one on either, I might have had it on Blu-ray, I can't remember, but I definitely had it on DVD. And this is the Shudder remake, the American remake. I enjoy the original Japanese Shudder a lot too, but I also really like this one. I actually saw this one first and then went back and watched the original. This one here, 2008, so it was kind of at the tail end of that. I feel like the horror renaissance, and especially all the remakes that they did with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, House of Wax, The Hills Have Eyes, all that kind of stuff. This was toward kind of the end of that. So, but I ended up grabbing this one because, again, it gave me a good deal. And this is the unrated, and it's Blu-ray. Like I said, I'm not sure if I have the Blu-ray, but it's the unrated version, and I figured since he was giving me such a good deal anyway, I'd go ahead and pick it up because I really do like this movie. And the other Blu-ray in this this video is Transcendence with Johnny Depp. I remember watching this one time. Not the most excellent movie, but I did enjoy it. The cast is really good. Paul Bettany's in there. I forget her name, but she's in a lot of good stuff as well. Obviously Morgan Freeman, and I'm a big Johnny Depp fan. He was the main reason why I watched it. And I also see Cillian Murphy in a screenshot on the back too, so he's in it as well. Love Cillian Murphy as well. But I mainly wanted to see it because of Johnny Depp and Morgan Freeman. And so the cast is stellar in this, and I do like the subject matter of this, talking about AI and basically uploading your consciousness into I'm trying to explain it, and I'm not not well versed on it, but transcendence, transhumanism, that's what it's called, transhumanism. I know a little bit about it, but basically uploading your consciousness so that when you die, you live on in the form of basically an AI or whatever. Very interesting stuff. A lot more complex than I can explain, but it's very interesting topic. And this movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And so again, I got a really good deal on it, on all those movies, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. I ended up grabbing this. Finally, wanted to own this movie for a long time. The Day After Tomorrow, I actually was able to go and see this in the theater when it came out. I think I was actually working at a movie theater, 2004. Love this movie. Think it's great. People can pick it apart and it's not scientifically accurate, blah blah blah. It's just a great disaster film, and it has a stellar cast. So I really enjoy this movie, and I've watched it a lot, over the years. But I wanted to pick this up. I really wanted to get it on Blu-ray, and every time I see it on DVD at Goodwill, because I do see it a lot, it's full screen. But I finally found a widescreen version, so ended up grabbing this for $1.50. Also at the Goodwill, surprisingly, I don't own this one, The Terminator. I prefer T2. Terminator 2 is a better movie for me. But, you know, without this one, we wouldn't have T2. Still a very good movie. This is where it started. So I ended up picking this up again, Goodwill, for $1.50. I didn't show the disc for The Day After Tomorrow. And the disc for The Terminator. I actually have a couple different copies of T2 because I have a couple of steelbooks that I got for like $5 each. I have a Blu-ray version. I think I have a DVD version that has a really cool slipcover from Walmart that I think I paid $5 for or something a while back. So it's like I have a couple of versions or a couple copies of T2. I really do love that movie a lot. I think I have it digitally as well. So one of the greatest sci-fi action movies of all time, and one of the greatest sequels of all time. Next up, speaking of sequels, we have Resident Evil Extinction. I guess you don't love it or hate it, but it's like you either like these movies or you don't. For me, when the original Resident Evil came out, I was very disappointed. It grew on me after a while. Resident Evil Apocalypse, the sequel, is my favorite. I love that movie. I think it's fantastic. I watched that one probably more than the first one. And this one's pretty good as well. I have watched this one a few times, and then I think after this one, it goes off the rails. And I do find myself, it's odd, I do find myself every, probably 5 years or so, rewatching the entire series if I can, because I don't own it. But if for some reason they're on streaming, it's like I'll start watching. I'll watch the first one, then I'll watch the second one, the third one, and then before I know it, you know, I've watched all of them, or rewatched all of them again. Not the best. I hear that they are gonna try again to do another Resident Evil, even after Welcome to Raccoon City kind of bombed, which I enjoyed. Welcome to Raccoon City. It was very, very faithful to the video games, a lot more faithful than the first of this series. However, there were issues. So it kind of sucks that they're not going to go forward with that. They're going to basically reboot it again. You know, it is what it is, I guess. We'll see if the third time's the charm. Who knows? I'm excited. There is a documentary that's going to be going in depth about the George A. Romero Resident Evil movie that never came to fruition. That is going to be really, really cool to watch. I'm excited about that. Next up, this is probably going to go up after Christmas. I wish I would have better planned and had these like in the first video that I filmed, but we've got two Christmas movies on DVD here. We've got The Year Without a Santa Claus, and we've got Santa Claus Is Coming to Town, both on DVD. And they both say the deluxe editions, they just have some bonus features. But A Year Without a Santa, or the Year Without a Santa Claus, I really do like this one, mainly because of the Snow Miser and the Heat Miser. And this one, and there is the disc. Not too shabby. A little bit of artwork on there. And we got Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. Basically the origin story of Santa Claus. And of course these are the Rankin and Bass productions, or Rankin and Bass present. I believe this one as well. This one literally says it on there, Rankin and Bass. I'm pretty sure this one is as well. Love the Rankin and Bass, or Rankin/Bass movies. Grew up with those. They're classics for me. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, all of those. Haven't watched them for Christmas of 2024, but it's been a rough couple of months. So there's always next year. So, but I did end up picking up those just to fill out again my physical collection, because I do have Frosty and Rudolph and a couple of the other ones, so I definitely want to own these. You can get lucky and find them on YouTube, as long as they don't get pulled down and stuff like that. But again, it's always good to have physical copies so you can watch them whenever you want. This one here, actually, I'm gonna leave that one to the last one because that was a big deal for me. This was in that big pile of movies that the guy gave me a great deal on, the 2018 Halloween. Loved this one. Is it perfect? No. You can nitpick it. People have. However, I really, really love this movie. The other ones, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, were very, very disappointing. Especially Halloween Ends was just a dumpster fire. And how we went from this to Kills, man, it was really disappointing. But this one's great. I do love this one. I wish that, you know, I guess technically in your own head you could be like, this stands alone. This is the end of it. They killed Michael Myers, whatever. But I do really enjoy this one a lot. Halloween 2018. And then also in the big thing of movies, the guy gave me a great deal on this Looney Tunes Superstars 45 cartoon classics featuring Bugs Bunny, Foghorn Leghorn, and the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. And then it has 45 cartoon classics. So, but it says, what is it? Bugs Bunny Hair Extraordinaire, that has 15 shorts from Bugs. We got Foghorn Leghorn and Friends, Barnyard Big Mouth. This one's 15 remastered cartoons, and then the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote is 15 as well. So yeah, so 15, 15, 15. So is that 45? 30? Yeah. I'm not a mathematician, guys. Actually, math is, I struggled. Oh, I didn't realize that it's one of these that has, they're all on separate discs, just stacked on top of each other, which apparently you're not supposed to do. But we got Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. We've got Foghorn Leghorn and Friends. And this is probably the most plain, but Bugs Bunny. Pretty cool to have. I've been trying to collect some of the old Looney Tunes cartoons to have on physical media over the last year or so, because I grew up with Looney Tunes, and especially now that they're starting to censor them, and they're starting to get rid of certain characters like Pepe Le Pew because he's not PC anymore and everything like that. So been kind of trying to get the Looney Tunes DVDs when I see them for a decent price. It's like I picked up a couple of the ones from Walmart for like $5. It's a collection and all that stuff. So next up, I already own this movie. It's one of my all-time favorite comedies, Dumb and Dumber. Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. I already own it, but I do not have the unrated version. And this was in the big thing of movies the guy sold me. And I figured, why not, for like $0.25, I would go ahead and pick this up for the unrated cut. It's got 6 additional minutes and it's deleted scenes, alternate endings, and all that kind of stuff, which you can see on YouTube, or at least you used to be able to see them on YouTube. But still, it's nice to have discs of this kind of stuff. So again, also one of my favorite comedies of all time. So why not? Some movies you buy extra copies of for that reason. If it's another special, if it's a special edition or has extra stuff and whatnot. Then we've got this movie here, Michael Keaton in White Noise. This was 2000. Is that 4? 2004. And I picked this one up at Goodwill for $1.50. My girlfriend and I, we just rewatched this probably like a year ago. She had never seen it. I wanted to rewatch it because I remember, I think, seeing this in the theater back when it came out. Again, I think I was working in a movie theater at the time, and really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it after the rewatch as well. Michael Keaton is just, he's a great actor, very underrated actor. It's great that he's back and gonna get back and do some acting. But this is a really good movie. There's the disc, white noise. But this is all about an architect that loses his wife in a tragic accident. He turns to electronic voice phenomenon, EVP, to try and contact her and stuff on the other side. And then it says here that once a portal to the other world is opened, there's no telling what will come through it. So if you like that kind of stuff, you like the paranormal and stuff like that, it's a fun watch. I do enjoy it a lot. And last but certainly not least, this movie, high on my wants list. I do have it digitally. I got it on sale. I think I paid like $7 for it digitally, because at least when I looked for it before, you're looking at like $15 for a DVD that's it's probably a few years old, and that is Ice-T, Rutger Hauer, Gary Busey. God, I can't think of his name. Gary Busey, in Surviving the Game. I saw this for the first time when I was probably too young to have watched it, but it was on TV. I think it was like on TBS or TNT or something like that. I saw this for the first time. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Based off of the book, is it The Most Dangerous Game? Very, very, very good movie. In my opinion, I rewatch it every so often. I think it's just really good, and it's like Ice-T is great in it. Rutger Hauer, of course, is great in it. Just a really good movie, and one that I wanted for my physical movie collection. And I walked into Goodwill one day, and boom, there it was. I paid $1.50 for it, when the cheapest I saw it online was like $15. And you see, it's one of these. So it was kind of one of the first runs of DVDs, or when DVDs were new. We got this stuff here. But yeah, and then there's the disc. Excellent movie. Really enjoyed this one. Like I said, I've rewatched this one quite a lot of times. So very, very good movie. And there you go. There is, I don't think I did this for all of them, but there is another stack of movies, and that's it. I have finally gotten through all of these recent buys over 6 videos, and I think they run about 20 minutes each, mainly because I get into talking about the movies and stuff like that. I don't get too in-depth in them. If I need to do that for those that maybe didn't see them or something, if you wanted me to like read the synopsis or something in future videos, let me know if that would help. I know IMDb is a thing. I know, if you really care, it's like you're gonna look it up and see. But very, very good, very good. Well, at least this one, very good movie. Highly, highly suggest this one. I'm trying to remember. 1994 this came out, so older movie, especially again, paying $15 for a movie that's that old. And it's like, I know this DVD release is not that old. This would have been 98, 99, copyright 99. So original movie 94, this DVD came out in 99. So yeah, that would have been kind of the beginning of the life cycle of the DVDs there with the, I hate these so much. I'm so glad that was changed. Anyway, but I finally got through all of these movies. I enjoy making these videos. Well, for the most part, I enjoy making these videos. I have issues. I go back and forth with wanting to continue making videos and just wanting to just delete all of my online presence and just, you know, disappear. But I do enjoy making these videos, and I look at some of the other people, especially some of the horror movie reviewers and channels on YouTube, and how many recommendations or how many movies that I've gone and watched because they recommended it, and, you know, that maybe I wouldn't have watched previously, or, you know, after a while of, once you find out you have the same kind of taste as someone else and they recommend a movie, it's like, okay, you trust them because you're like, hey, we have similar tastes, and plus too, it keeps old movies alive. It keeps these movies, like, maybe, you know, because this is 1994, some people weren't alive in 1994 that maybe comes across your video, your video, and you suggested, like, hey, watch this, and they go watch it, and then, you know, that movie lives on a little bit longer and doesn't get lost. Because, I mean, that's kind of with especially collecting, you have people out there that collect movies and video games and stuff like that for preservation. They want them to live on. They don't want them to get lost to time, especially now that with streaming, you know, not everything makes it to streaming. Hell, not everything made it from VHS to DVD, so not everything is going to make it from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K to whatever 8K eventually will be, or whatever the next improvement is. But, you know, that's so that's kind of the fight I have when making these videos. But I do enjoy it. Part of me does enjoy coming on and, you know, sitting down and showing these movies, talking about these movies, stuff like that, and just sharing, like, hey, you know, I found this and I found that, and, you know, I'm kind of happy in the spoils of, you know, my hunt or whatever. But I also just enjoy talking about movies. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave me a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, and stuff, feel free. Absolutely. I like talking about movies. If you have any suggestions and stuff like that, I will listen. If you have any suggestions about future videos to make, would you want some reviews? Would you want, you know, specific videos with recommendations or something like that? Let me know. Especially with my second channel, which is, you know, it's all about movies, and right now I only really have movie hauls, so it would be nice to have some other content to be able to put up, you know, something different maybe. So reviews, anything like that, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. But for now, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.